Video actually we are gonna understand how is 2D dimensional arrays kept in the memory. Okay, so here I've created a program, very simple array. I am taking the number of rows, number of columns, and just taking the values and just printing it. Okay, it's fine. Obviously we can do it, right? Simple. Let's instead of printing it like this, let's actually pass it to the function. Okay, let's create a function which will actually help us to print. So let's create a function void print the value. What it needs actually an array of size. It's 2D array, right? So we need to give this. There will be a slight change. Okay, we'll do that later. Okay, not right now. And as we have seen in 1D, we need to give the size. Here also we need to specify that, hey, what is the value of your rows and what is the value of your column. Okay, makes sense. And exactly everything, whatever is written here, same thing, we can write it here. Simple, very simple, right? Just going at equal to 0, height less than m, less than j, and just print the value and get an enter. Or even if you don't want to give enter, just give here space, and then after that line has been printed, before going here, just give here enter. Till there is fine, no problem. Taking the array, and printing it here. Okay, not doing anything much, right? We'll get an array. Okay, let's see. We'll get an array. We are getting an array. Why is this error? Why is this error? We need to understand this. Okay, it's basically we'll understand this error because, like, if we know how actually inside the memory the 2D array is kept. Okay, so in order to understand in detail, let me actually change the size. Okay, let's make the size 5 and 5. Okay, makes sense. So let's understand how internally it's been kept. Now also we'll get error obviously. Okay, but now let's understand how we are gonna tackle this problem. Okay, let's see. So let's come in. So now what I created an array of size 5. Okay, so internally what would have happened? Okay, internally we'll see later, but what would have happened actually? We are expecting that something like this sort of thing has happened. Right. Index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's change the indexes color. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the this size. But let's say I want to use only this. Let's say I want to use only this part. So my I'm saying that, hey, my m value is basically, I'm using 3 rows and my m value is 2. I'm using this much rows and this number of columns. So obviously indexes are basically this. So I'm going to use only this portion of my array. Okay, if you see properly, we are visualizing it like this, right? But internally how actually it's stored is this way. Internally it is stored in this way. See how many rows are there internally in the original array? 5 rows. How many columns? 5 columns. So a size of 25. Okay, size of 25 will be created. 1D array. Okay, 1D array of size 25 will be created. So let's see how it will be created. Okay, let's understand how and why are we getting that. Okay, so this was created. So index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Okay, so obviously size 25, so the indexes will start from 0 to 24. So this is basically the size. Clear is fine. Internally actually it's kept here like this. Okay, so how do we access it? Let's say I want to access this value. So I want to access this value. Okay, this is this one, no problem. See what actually is happening. See this whole part, let me change the color. This first array, okay, this first array is basically this array. Okay, this second array, okay, 1D array I should say, is basically this array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this much. Next, basically, this portion is basically this. Okay, and so on. And then again, from here also again here, 5 values for this. Okay, and for this 5 values again for this. Okay, so if you see properly, if I'm saying that I want to get the value of this, let's say this. So obviously I know that this is gonna be this, but if I'm saying that I want to get the value this value, do we think that it's kept here? Where actually it will be kept here? See, first skip this specific column. You need to skip this much space. So skip this much space. After skipping, you need to actually go at this much. So basically, it's kept at index 6. This is the actual position, okay, of this specific value. Okay, but how will the compiler know that this is the position? Okay, this is the issue that we need to understand. So internally, what actually happens is the compiler actually understands this indexing in this fashion. Index equals to c into I plus j. Okay, let's not go into much detail what actually this is, but let me tell you. In order to understand at which index we need to go, the compiler actually does this internally. See, for us, we know that for us we can access this value by using ARR of what is this 1 1, right? But actually it does not happen. Actually inside my memory it is not kept at 1 because there is no, we're just visualizing it like this, right? But where actually it is kept, if this is I, this is j, then it is kept at this formula. Use this formula. This c is basically the size of the original array, okay, 5. So let's see 1 1 where it actually is kept. So I value is 1, so 5 into 1 plus what is the value of j? 1. 5 is basically the column, okay, this original c. So we're getting 5 plus 1 6. So saying that, hey, this specific value which you're trying to access at array 1 1, you're saying 1 1, so that is actually kept at index 6. So obviously, yeah, it is kept at index 6. You can see it, this portion. Understanding? That's the reason we need to pass the column, because as soon as you're using this much portion, the compiler needs to know that, hey, after giving only 2 values, you are changing the index of I value 1. So how much do I need to skip? It needs to skip this portion, right? It needs to skip this portion. How will it know that it needs to skip only this much portion? By knowing the size of the column. Okay, this is the size of the column, which is the size of 5. Size of the column is 5. So that's the reason we need to actually even send our size of column inside my function too, so that the compiler can actually differentiate. Okay, so you want to access this portion, let's say this. So this portion is basically what you're saying it array of 2 1. So array of 2 1, you, according to you it's 2 1, but according to compiler what it is actually kept at c into I value is 2 plus 1. So value of c is you need to pass, because if you don't pass, compiler will be confused how much like how many spaces do I need to skip. Okay, so now it will be like, okay, as soon as you pass 5, that means as soon as you pass 5 in the function, the compiler will be like, now I know what is the column value and how much I need to skip. It means it's gonna say that, okay, you want to access this value, you will find this value where, what is value of c? 5 into 2 plus 1. So you will find it at index 11. Okay, like for it's trying to do this calculation for itself. Okay, obviously for us it's making it simple, but internally it's actually stored at index 11. So come to index 11, it is stored here. How will I know this? It's stored here. Let's take it again. See, this much was your first 1D array of size 5, second 1D array of size 5, right? Third 1D array, you are here, you want to access here, sorry, here, you want to access this. So you are gonna be like 1 2, so 1 2. So actually in the system it's kept at index 11. So that's the reason you need to pass the value of c, and this c value has to be the original arrays value. Okay, for you have taken the column as 2, but you are actually trying to take the indexes, right? You are actually trying to make the array small, but according to the size that you have taken, it's actually this big, right? So that's the reason you need to pass the size of the array. Okay, I hope this part is clear. Okay, in simple terms I'm just saying what you need to do. If you're trying to pass 2D array, this kind of array, okay, see, if you're passing this kind of array, just pass the value of the column. Which value? Here 5. Why 5? 5 is basically the original column of the array. Okay, and now we will not be getting any error. Just understand this. Okay, making sense? Why we need to pass this c? Because internally the compiler needs to do its calculation, and that's the reason we are passing this value. Okay, if it's clear, then it's clear. Even if it's not clear, I hope, see, this kind of portion we use it like rarely, or like as we see like forward, as soon as we cover this dynamic memory allocation part, okay, and know how to actually create this 2D array dynamically, we don't have to pass this part. Okay, we'll see those things later, but that is basically for later part. But right now it's important to understand that we need to pass the value of column. Okay, this value should not be equal to what value you have taken. Okay, it should be the value equal to the array size that you have created. Okay, this portion. Okay, so now everything will be fine. Now it won't give any error. Now if you want to check, let's even run it. Let's run for 3 3. So let's leave the value as 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 7 8. Okay, 9. It's fine. Let's leave it this. And now value of this will be printed. So right now I'm not printing. I have a call the print function here. I need to call the print function. Let's call it. That's why it's not printing. So after taking all the values, let's call the print function on the array. What is the array? What is the name of the array? ARR. So ARR is the name. Okay, no problem. M value and N value you pass it here. Okay, make sense? Now we should be fine with it, and now we should get the answer as expected. As we're expecting, we'll be getting the answer. Okay, so 3 3. We give the values 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and we get answers whatever we're expecting. I hope this portion is clear. In this video, I just wanted to know, I wanted you guys to know that how we need to pass the columns value. Why? Because the reason being the same. Okay, how internally accurate it's stored. Okay, I hope you understand. Because this is just for visualization process. Okay, this part is just for us to visualize. Okay, but internally actually it's stored in this fashion. Okay, I hope it's making sense. Okay, so I hope it makes sense. So just practice some more questions that I'm saying you. Just write the code. Okay, that will make things easier. Okay, for you guys. Okay, so see you guys in the next video then. Okay, thank you.